For you parents out there, today I want to talk about 6 signs that you may be turning your son or daughter into your surrogate husband or wife. Hang on. So emotional incest is all about that. It's about turning your son or daughter into your little mini husband or mini wife because usually you're so unhappy. You're in an unhappy marriage, you don't like yourself very much, there's a void in your life, maybe you're a single parent, you're wanting someone to take care of you the rest of your life. So if you think you get them now when they're younger, they're gonna watch you your whole life and prevent you from maybe having to go to a nursing home. Whatever the reason is, and there's many more reasons, parents often take over one of their children for their own benefit. That's what emotional incest is all about. And in today's video, I want to specifically talk about the signs for you parents out there who may be doing this to one of your own children or getting ready to do it. We don't want that to happen because that can emotionally traumatize your own child. That makes their life very difficult and they don't go through their proper identity stages as they're growing up because they're focused on being your surrogate husband or surrogate wife. So number 1 is, are you a happy person? Are you happy or unhappy in your marriage if you're married? Are you happy or unhappy if you're a single parent? If you're able to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, my marriage sucks, or I'm a single parent and I'm miserable, I wish I was connected to a significant other. If you're unhappy, that's a big red flag because chances are if you're raising a child, you may want to emotionally take that child over to be your partner. That's the person you're gonna hang out with and that's who you're gonna tell all your adult problems to. And as a reminder, this can be from a father to a son or daughter or a mother to a son or daughter. It really doesn't matter. It's about emotionally smothering one of your own children for your own benefit. Number 2 is you tell your kids how much they mean to you. What would I do without you? Mommy or daddy wouldn't know what to do without you, son or daughter. You're so important to me. You know me. You get me. Other people don't know me and get me, but you do. I just need you around me all the time. Oh my God, you're the best. So that's a big red flag if you're doing that kind of talk with one of your children. They don't need to hear that. They don't need to know that, nor should you be sharing that aspect of yourself with them. You need to get that sort of support or help or counseling or connectedness with adults in your life, not with a child. So you may have to seek out either professional help or surround yourself with your peers, people who are of your age. Don't include your child in your emotional dysfunction by pouring on them how beneficial they are to you, because a child's not going to know what to do with that. They're going to, number 1, take that very seriously and literally and believe that if they're doing that now, well then they better damn well continue doing that the rest of their life because after all, my mommy needs me, my daddy needs me. So they take that on in a very literal way and always figure like they have to solve your problems. They gotta be there for you after all, that you told them that you need them. They're the only ones that you can really rely on. So the child takes that very seriously and tries to find ways in their life that they can be there for you. And it's not their responsibility to be there for you. It's their responsibility to grow up into healthy adult males and females on their own with their own sense of independence, not to take care of their mommy or daddy. Number 3 is you'd rather have your child with you as you attend events, go to places, go to functions that you have to interact with others, and you bring the child as a date, meaning they're there with you because you want them there with you. You'd rather have them there than anybody else. Not only is that not healthy for you because you need to learn how to connect with other adults, and if you're in a bad marriage, you need to repair the marriage. Or if you're a single parent, you need to find appropriate adults that you may be interested in to date or hang out with or share time with. But it's also unhealthy for the child because they, again, are taking on this role that they're supposed to be in support of you, the parent. They pick up the feeling or the vibe that they're your date, and that is emotionally confusing to a child. That's what emotional incest is, and that's why the word incest is used, because it's breaking down healthy boundaries and putting a child in a role that they're supposed to be in some sort of supportive role for you. No, that's parentifying them. You don't want parentification to happen because, again, that's going to thwart your child's development. Next one is you're telling your child more about your adult problems than anyone else in your life. So you're not sharing it with adult family members, you're not sharing it with adult coworkers or adult friends, or maybe you're getting professional help. You're not doing any of that, or maybe even journaling your feelings into a confidential private journal. You're not doing that. You're including your child in your stuff. You're sharing with them in a verbal diarrhea kind of way your adult problems. That is not healthy for the child. That needs to stop, and that's a big red flag if you're starting to do that with one of your children. Next red flag is your child is beginning to want to be there in support of you and changes their lifestyle or their schedule and who they want to be with to be around you, the parent. So it begins to feel kind of good to them. They're feeling like the prince or princess. My daddy or mommy wants me there all the time. I must be special. I'm so loved. They want me with them. So they become seduced by all the attention, which, by the way, now creates sibling rivalry problems in the family if there are other children there, because they're seeing all the attention heaped on this one child. But again, this child begins to feel silently seduced by all this attention, feels good about it to some degree, not realizing that as they mature, this is going to interfere with their life in so many ways, including developing a healthy, mature relationship with their possible significant other someday. It also forces them into a role of being a people pleaser or somebody who's codependent, because after all, they're not there for themselves. They're there to please their parent. They're learning all this at a very early age. Next red flag is the parent becomes so comfortable with this that they don't even consider going for professional help. Even though they know something's off here, even though they know something is fundamentally wrong, they're not even seeking professional help. And if they're married or with a significant other, they're just letting their spouse or other half go. Like, just forget them. I don't want to be with them anyhow. And that other half begins to just kind of give up because they're thinking like, oh God, I'm clearly not wanted. I'm not included in their life. I'm being triangulated out. And so you can see the other parent or other significant other just kind of giving up. So now there's even more of a split. Or for you single parents out there, you don't even want to date or meet other adults anymore. Or you just say, screw it, it's not going to happen. I'm probably not going to meet anybody I care about anyhow. So you begin to find reasons or make excuses for not pushing yourself to grow, to go on with your life in a healthy adult way where you're taking on life's challenges and working through them. You're just abdicating all that and saying, forget it. All I want to do is focus on my little son or daughter here because after all, they're answering all my needs. So if you're starting to do that, big red flag. It's important that you understand the signs of parentification. Parentification is when you're turning your young son or daughter into an adult way before they're emotionally ready to do so, developmentally ready to do so. So that's for the parent's benefit. That's parentification. It needs to stop. We need to draw more awareness to this topic because it's much more common than people realize. So please leave me some comments below if you're a victim of this, or if you have any other questions about emotional incest. I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. Please subscribe to my mental health YouTube channel if you like these kind of videos. And until next week, this is Brad Shore signing off from Ask a Shrink.